It was a vision. This wasn't a dream. This happened to me just about 2 years ago now. It was about 2 months before I even found out I had cancer, so I was feeling fine at the time. But what happens is, and I know Jesus said in the Bible, young men have visions and old men have dreams. Well, I was an old man, but I had a vision. And what this is all timber here. It's all hardwood trees. And when it first started, I didn't know where I came from, but there was a hill about the size of that level, and I had to walk it up. I didn't know I was going out of the timber, but I was. And I walked out on this dirt road here. And it was just a dirt, it was a farm road because it had like wagon wheel tread on it that had sunk down like in the mud. They were like 6 inches deep. They weren't very wide, so it wasn't a tractor, it was more like a wagon. And out in front of me, this is a field that had been a field at one time, but it was well, probably 80 yards across and maybe, well, I'm getting ahead of myself here. But it went clear down over a hill, a steep hill, down in the bottom ground. Well, when I walk in, I look at the field. Well, it's just sporadic weeds. And I could tell it was dark, and I could tell they were dead because they were lighter colored. They weren't, dark at all. So, and this whole field was the same. It was mostly all dirt. So I'm right here now, and I look down over my right shoulder, and it falls down over this hill, and it goes into bottom ground. It'd be like if you were on top of, say, Power, the building, and looking south. I could see a long, I don't know how far you can see it, you can see a long way. And I was trying to get organized where I was at, because I'd never been to this place before, I know. But there were no lights, there were no farm lights, there were no cars, there was just no lights, no powerhouses, nothing. So I thought, well, that's strange you don't see any, because I can see way, I don't know how far you see a light from far, 20 miles maybe, a long way, or just a light up from a town, that just reflects in the sky with nothing. So, then I look up at the sky. The sky is kind of it looks like an old film negative. It's like a dark purple. It's not pitch dark, but it's like a nighttime here would be. And I'm trying to get organized where I might direction something. Well, because I didn't know north, south, or east, or west. And there was no moon. Of course, the moon may not have come up yet. It may have already set, or it was a new moon. But this was the first really strange thing that happened, because the sky couldn't be clear. There was not a cloud in the sky at all. There was no stars. Because I don't know anything on Earth, any place you go on Earth, if it's clear, you're going to see stars tonight. If you're out in space, any place you look, there's going to be stars. So I was trying then, I think, well, I put my highest. This went down, it stayed pretty flat till about here, and then it went down to the hill. But here there was a little rise up to the corner again on this road. This road, I don't know about this part, but I think it went all the way around the field. And so I wanted to get to the highest elevation I could to maybe get another vantage point for life. So I started walking up this road, and I got about here, and it dawned on me there aren't any birds, whippoorwills, owls. Because at nighttime, because I used to hunt a lot, and I'd go out when it was dark, wait for it to get light, and you'd hear her insects. There was no insects. There was no sound, period. And of course, that wasn't a big thing at this time. The stars were a big thing prior to that. Then I walked around the corner, and I got about here. And these are all pine trees here. And they were all planted in rows going over my left shoulder, going away from me. So you could see through them because the branches were about 8 foot up. And obviously these had been planted by men. Sometimes they were, 35 or 40 foot tall. I could tell they're pines from back there though because of the pointed tops of them. So I walked up around this corner, and it dawned on me then, I can get to it a little bit later, it dawned on me then there are no animals. And you say, well, how do you know that? I just knew. just knew there weren't any animals. There was nothing there. Then I walked down a little bit farther, and it just dawned on me then. Obviously there had been people here, but there are no people there anymore. And there's not going to be any people there. And you're getting upset then. Really getting upset. Well, I walked on down about to here, I guess it was, and there's not going to be a sign. I knew this when you say you know. I know Jesus died on the cross. I know his Father raised him from the dead after 3 days. He's the right hand of the Father. Like you know that. I wasn't there when he was crucified. I wasn't there, but I know it happened. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that happened. So that's the same thing I felt about these. I know there are no people there, and there aren't going to be any. It doesn't matter where you go, there's not going to be any people. So I walk on down about to here, and about here, I look through these trees, and I could see a bright light. I could see a bright light going to the ground. But these trees, they weren't that deep, maybe 150 foot, but there was like a berm there. Now I'll change to this one. Where did I put it? No, sideways. Well, the other way. One more turn. Yeah, one more. There, okay. We'll get it. Okay, and right where it was at on there, where I showed you looking through the trees, they were right here. Well, I walked out and I could see that light over here, the real bright light. It wasn't cone-shaped, it was cylinder-shaped. And it was, well, I didn't know how big it was at the time. So, but this is a big valley. This is like a stadium, only a giant stadium. It had a berm, I could see go around where it was flat on top. But this was a big, I don't know, maybe 100 foot deep also, but the sides weren't steep at all. You could walk down and see. But this was the same as that other field. It was just sporadic weeds. So I started walking, and I'm walking towards the light. Oh, also, this flowed out. There was the berm on this end. This just flowed out down over the hill. And here I could see, probably 3 or 4 times as much real estate as I could in the first place I thought. There's still no lights, still no stars, still not a cloud in the sky. But it's chilly out. It's probably, I'm going to say, maybe 56 degrees, something right that neighborhood. It was real humid. It wasn't foggy or anything, but just the air was real damp. So when I walked across here, I walked down, going towards this light. I walked through the bottom, and you were still thinking about, well, I'm going to need water. I thought maybe in the bottom of this there'd be a little creek or something there. Well, there wasn't. It was just bumped. It just wrapped around and went on up. So I walked up here by this light, and there were 3 trees. The only trees I saw up here are small trees, dead trees. They were like fruit trees. There was 2 right together over my left side, and then one about 6 foot away from those. And then I just walked up and I walked into the light. Well, the light source, when I got inside, it was like spider webs, only it was transparent. They weren't black colored. And there was like one of them LED lights. You see them where there's a whole bunch of flashlights. Well, this was like single ones, and they were about 4 inches apart on these strands. And there was hundreds of them around. I might have gone through me, I don't know. But just terrified of it. But anyway, I walked into the middle of it, and I just started going up. I wasn't standing on anything. I mean, I wasn't doing anything. I was just going up. And I guess I was going up about the speed of maybe a fast elevator. And I went up, but you couldn't look up. It's too bright to look up. Too much light. Way too more than the sun. A lot more. And so I just started going up. And I went up, time-wise, I don't know how long was getting dim. So I could look up. It was just dimmer than it had been. So I looked up and geez. Jesus was up. Maybe his feet were like 6 foot. And he was faced the same way I was. He was looking up. And I could see his hair. And it was dark brown. It was about shoulder length. And his left arm was stretched out, his right arm was elbow width. And the same with his legs, but I don't remember which one was pulled up and which one wasn't. But they're the same. One was up and one was bent at the knees. And he was pointing up. And we just kept going up. I didn't see anything. Well, see, the other part is, I knew I was healthy. I didn't come on my body. I thought I was healthy anyway. So I wasn't going to heaven, but I was going up. And I didn't say anything, and he didn't say anything. He didn't look. He was looking in the same direction. And then after quite a period of time, I thought, well, if we stop, he'll say something to me then, or something. Something transpired. Well, we didn't stop, but the lights, they were still brighter than looking out the side. You couldn't see out the side, but you could see to the side. And when I looked out the side, and immediately when I looked out the side, I started going down. And I didn't look up, and why I didn't look up anymore, I don't know. But I just kept going down and down and down and down. Like I say, I didn't know where I was going when I was going up, but I was sure glad to get out of where I'd been. Really, that's scary, scary. It's not hell because it's not fire and brimstone, but when you're not going to have a sun, it's dark, and no stars. Stars kind of mean nothing at that point. But there's nothing alive there. There's no place to go. You got no sense of direction. I knew there were no people there, so there's no reason to just take off walking. And I knew there were no animals. I knew there was nothing alive there except those trees. And I just kept going down. And finally, when I just got to the bottom, I could see those 3 trees right out the edge. And I guess I just slowed up because it wasn't a jolt or anything when I stopped. And I walked out. I walked out like the same place I walked in, but I think you could have walked into it any place in that whole circle. I don't think there was a particular place you could have walked into it. And I just walked past those trees, and I don't have any idea where I was going. About to lose my mind, I know that, because that makes you crazy. And I just came out of it. I don't think there's any real point on this, except that, when it's, no sun, no people. And you think like about hell. Well, no, this wasn't hell. Now, if I wasn't going down over that hill to start with, down to, I don't know what, the opening of hell may have been down there, but I do know, because the Holy Spirit let me know later, it was a very, very dangerous place like that. It was evil. It wasn't a bear or lion's gonna eat you. It wasn't that. Evil was a whole different time. Whole different thing. And, I know that. Yeah, evil was a terrible thing. But that could have been a hell. There isn't. There's only one hell. When you're just going to be alone in the dark, you can't even hang yourself in the grave. You know what I'm saying? That's eternity. So I guess, if that was, you wouldn't have to eat. You wouldn't have to drink, because you're not going to die. But I don't know where that place is at. I have no idea. I'll find out what it is. Oh, and the other part was, when he didn't want to show me his face. And he didn't need to talk to me. The next time I see him, I'll see his face. And I'll hear him. But that'll be in a different circumstance. Well, anyway, that's about all. If anybody has any questions or whatever,